typical Kotla track. If you see here, hardly any grass on the surface. Whatever grass there is has been rolled in, though there are a few damp patches, as you can see here and here, and this will help the fast bowlers early on. Batting will not be easy in the first session of play because the odd ball might stop on the batsman, the ball might grip the surface and seam around a bit. But all in all, I do believe even though these cracks will come into play as the game progresses, it will be a huge gamble on the part of a captain that wins the toss to do anything else but bat.
Yes, it looks a pretty good pitch, doesn't it? Now, the strategy in India is win the toss and bat first. So let's see what happened with the toss. Down there, the two captains, Sunil Gavaskar.
Azhar, the first question whole of India wants to know, is Sachin Tendulkar fit enough to play?
Yeah, I think he's fit enough to play. He's playing in the 11.
And any other changes?
We've got Harbhajan in place of Joshi.
And what's the mood like in the team?
But I think it's good, because whatever has happened is left behind now. So we've got to really play positively and win the game and square the series.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Wasim, you must be very happy with that result in Chennai.
Yeah, very relieved and happy, but I believe we really have to work hard more now in this game than we did in Chennai.
Any problems about batting second?
No, not really. I think we try to contain in the first innings and try to get some runs in second innings.
The wives are here, so that must be a big plus as well.
Yeah, I think so. Everybody's more relaxed now. The families are here. They can spend some time with the families now.
And your team?
The team is relaxed. They enjoyed their win in Chennai and they're looking forward for this game today.
And you have Mushtaq in place of Nadeem.
Yes, Mushi is back. His experience, I think, will do a lot of good to the team here in this game. He definitely has been doing well for us for the past 2-3 years. And it's nice to have him back in the side.
Well, good luck to you. Thanks for speaking to us. The Indian captain Mohammad Azharuddin back to his winning ways with the toss. He's opted to bat. Will India win the test? That is the big question.
Yes, we'll wait and see, but that was a big toss for India to win, and that's how the two teams line up. Lakshman and Ramesh, Dravid, Tendulkar, Azharuddin and Ganguly, the batting for India. Mongia, Kumble, Srinath and Prasad. Down the order, Harbhajan Singh there replacing Sunil Joshi. One change as well for Pakistan. Mushtaq Ahmed comes in for Nadeem Khan and completes that spin bowling trial with Saqlain Mushtaq, and Shahid Afridi will also open the batting with Saeed Anwar. Ejaz, Inzamam, Yusuf Yohana and Salim Malik. That's their middle order core. Moin, Wasim Akram and right down there, Waqar Yunus. As I said, a pretty cold morning here in Delhi. Let's catch the action with Wasim Akram bowling to Sadgopan Ramesh.
Sadgopan, Ramesh and India are off the mark. The Yorker spot on. Not at full pace though.
Yes, a good delivery to get first up, but Lakshman was up to it, did it quite nicely.
It's a very good timer of the ball, Ramesh. Not much of footwork there, but on a pitch where there's not bounce like this one, you don't really need to get to the pitch of the ball.
This was exquisitely timed. Hanging his back, but middling it quite nicely. Not a lot of footwork, playing away from the body. But good beginning. You have the cushion of just timing the ball, middling it, and it'll run away.
Oh, that's a gorgeous shot. Left-handers are elegant, all right. Definitely more elegant than right-handers, but this is a gorgeous shot.
This was beautifully timed again. So very relaxed in his flow. Looked very natural hitting that ball. That was beautifully struck.
This was the slower delivery.
Ramesh just taking his glove away at the last minute, dropping the wrist down so that it doesn't go flying off to the slips.
Now, what was that? What would you call it? A sursuri?
Like Geesey didn't get up at all. there you see, just moved away. It was a good delivery. There was hardly any bounce. Just went straight underneath the bat. And thankfully for Ramesh, it wasn't pitched within the stumps. Otherwise, it would have been in trouble.
Now, that ball has kept really low. This is a first day track. God help the batsman on the 4th or 5th day.
Well, that is what I was referring to. If that ball had been bowled wicket to wicket, he certainly would have had a very good chance of getting a wicket. If it didn't get past the batsman totally, he would have had a good chance of hitting him on the pad, getting an LBW shout, because that ball kept extremely low, right through the legs of the wicket keeper, almost went under the bat.
Straight away some turn. Didn't take him too long.
And immediately Moin Khan giving him whatever encouragement there is. Great ball, Mushi. That was a good turn.
That's nicely timed and placed. So welcome boundary here for Lakshman.
That was a very good shot. When you're on driving the leg spinner, you've got to make sure that you get right to the pitch of the ball so that you cover whatever spin there is. And that was a beautiful shot.
Wrapped on the pads. Did that ball come back enough? And Fire Jayaprakash took a good hard look and decided to rule the decision in favour of the batsman. There are going to be loud shouts for leg before when the fast bowlers are bowling on this track.
Well, that one pitched in line and straightened, and I would think it pretty much hit him in line. Now, that hit him just on the roll, or perhaps the second part of that roll. Well, it's pretty difficult to understand why that wasn't given out. That certainly would have gone on and hit the stumps. There was no bat involved. You can just see the off stump. So it certainly wasn't outside the line of off stump, and Waqar Younis is convinced that it's out. The only thing is the umpire isn't, and he's the man that matters. That was a bit of length from Mushtaq. At least the ball had a chance of turning on that occasion. Still well played by Ramesh. Got far enough forward. By Lakshman rather. Got enough far forward to smother the spin, but at least there was time for the ball to turn.
That's again beautifully played. He covered the spin nicely. Again the weight forward. And the result, another boundary.
Excellent shot. Lakshman really covering the spin. A lot of bottom hand in that shot. Easing it back onto the onside. Well played.
That's a much better line and length.
And again the ball was heading towards the stumps, but I think just on this occasion you might find that he has been hit just outside the line of off stump. Very close decision again. But once you're playing forward like that, definitely pushing the bat towards the ball, always a good chance of the umpire saying not out.
He's really very, very good when he gets a bit of width, and he's allowed to put that right foot down the track, Mr. Ramesh.
Yes, he's certainly moving his feet a lot better than he did in the first test. Look, the foot is now getting a lot closer to the ball. He's played it on the up, so he didn't have to go right to the pitch of the ball. But look at the front foot. That's a good sign.
Look at that. First morning of a test match. We've already seen one slip underneath the bat and pass the wicketkeeper for 4 byes this morning.
Yes, look at the height at which it's going past the batsman's pads. Below the knee roll, this might have been just a slower delivery, but look, It's almost about to bounce a second time. It does just after it passes the stumps.
Beautiful shot. 4 runs to square leg. Really is very, very good at the front foot is Ramesh. 42 for no loss. We've seen Ramesh bat a lot like this in Indian domestic cricket. I think certainly the pitch is allowing him to bat a bit like that at a higher level as well.
Yes, I think this suits what you would call a typical Indian pitch. Slow and low. And the batsman can really score off the quicker bowler.
The throw wasn't great and Moin was saying a good throw might have got him. Not as sure.
The ball was hit firmly to Shahid Afridi's left. That was what allowed the batsman to think of going for the run, but Ramesh was a little slow in starting. That may have been a possible chance. The reaction of everybody there. Bad pad.
He actually got hands to it. I thought I heard 2 sounds. And Sir Glenn's reaction certainly suggests that. I think there was a chance. Yusuf Johanna at silly point. He's picked the gap. That's why he's such a good player, Ramesh. Because he times the ball so well. When he picks the gap, he often gets 4. 50 on the board.
Well, that is important. This is, in fact, a pretty good delivery. But he's made a good delivery count for runs. Now, that's a special ability.
Oh, on the second attempt. Got the room there. The leg spinner does that sometimes. And I think Shahid Afridi made a sensational attempt to get there. Flying in the air, got a hand to it, tried it a second time, and down to earth. And isn't he disappointed? I hope it's disappointment that he's not hurt. He might just be. Just wonder if he stretched too hard on that muscle. But he was flying for it.
Well, this is very cleverly bowled by Mushtaq. Just giving the batsman a little bit of width, tempting him into going for the big drive. That's a superb effort by Shahid Afridi.
This pitch will get slower and slower as the day progresses. Again, a wristy stroke by Lakshman. A chase for Inzamam. And another boundary for Lakshman. Inzamam was contemplating diving there, but he did the wise thing by not attempting that. Out here. The umpires are going to be tested in this game simply because the ball's not bouncing much. Plenty of appeals for leg before wicket.
Lakshman here on the front foot. And Buckner deciding that it was doing a little too much to be given out leg before. Maybe just drifting down the leg.
Again, you saw the bounce there. Hardly any bounce for the bowler. That's another superb shot by Lakshman. Picked the length early. Good footwork to move his back foot right back and find the placement on the onside. So another boundary, 66 for no loss. A misfield by the Pakistan captain. That will allow Ramesh to come back for the second. In the air and just past the bowler. Just no pace on that delivery after pitching. I don't think Mushtaq anticipated it.
Yes, Mushtaq going the other way. They'll stop checking the shot, Lakshman. just held a little bit for the batsman. And thankfully for him, it just avoided Mushtaq's diving hands there.
Starts off with a full toss, and that's put away by Lakshman. Drifting onto leg stump. And Lakshman made no mistake.
Yes, that was an easy gimme on the leg stump. Shahid Afridi bowling a real loosener there.
He had VVS Lakshman out in a similar manner in the first test. He'll get the ball to move in just a little bit to the right-hander.
This is a good delivery from Wasim Akram. And to be honest, if these aren't given out, it's pretty difficult to understand how they are going to be out on this pitch. It pitched in line, straightened, hit him in line, hit him below the roll. If those aren't out, he's not going to get too many wickets.
That's a beauty. That's what he was trying for. Lakshman. Now this, I think, Michael, was just a little lazy shot. I don't think he was quite there. Maybe the lunch was still settling in his tummy. But he's out.
Excellent delivery again from Wasim Akram. A similar delivery to the one before, but this time missing the pad and cleaning up. That's what he was looking for. A bit of swing, pitching the ball in line with the stump, swinging it back in, and an excellent delivery. 88 for 1.
Rahul Dravid, India's one drop batsman. He's at the crease to replace VVS Lakshman. He had very little idea, Rahul Dravid, of this delivery.
Ball certainly is swinging around quite a lot. Was trying to leave that ball alone, Rahul Dravid. Didn't take the bat far enough out of the line of the ball. Fortunately for him, it went all along the ground.
Goes for the Yorker.
Just slightly off line with that Yorker was the Akram. Certainly a fair amount of swing there again. Bowled from right by the edge of the crease. Slanting in, but slanting in a bit too much.
He's had him playing outside the off stump, Rahul Dravid. It's very good bowling from Akram. Look how low the ball has kept. Second bounce and almost a third bounce before it went to the wicket keeper.
Lovely bowling, Saki.
That was a risky way to get to his half century. He'd hit the ball firmly towards the throwing side of the fielder, but he's got there. Well played, Ramesh.
And as you said, Sonny, importantly, he should recognize that that's not the end of it all. Half century is just the first landmark. He should be looking to go on, get to 3 figures. But a good start for the young man. Half century in his second test.
With this now partially old ball, Wasim and Waqar will be able to do a lot more than they did with the new ball this morning.
Absolutely right, yes. This is just a little testing time for the Indian batsman here. Wasim Akram can really make that ball talk when it's relatively old. Like that there. Oh, this is a wonderful delivery. From that angle, it's so very difficult for the batsman to reach an away swinger of a left armour. There, the batsman thinks that it's coming in with the arm and then it moves away just at the last moment. And you can't do nothing but to have a go at it.
He's really mixing them up very well now. Is Wasim Akram. That one hit the deck and went the other way. Brings up 100 though as Dravid gets a single to third man. Something for the crowd to cheer. Beautifully played. He really is such a good player off the front foot, is Sadgop and Ramesh. Should be looking for 3 over here.
This was an excellent shot again. Playing against the spin, not an easy shot to play against an off spinner. You have to make sure that your front foot is to the pitch so that there is no likelihood of hitting the ball in the air back to the bowler.
Now just checking.
Yunus just doing well there.
I think the umpires just want to check. He's given 4. Tell you, Ramiz, let's take a look at it because I thought the danger area was after he'd stopped the ball and was picking it up again. Now take a look at this. He has tapped the ball back. It's not in his hands. He's gone out. Now this is a crucial phase. Now, that I think is a crucial frame.
Yes, good work there by the cameraman and the third umpire. It was a close decision and they were spot on with it. I think he got the edge.
Seemed to hit something as it went. There was a noise. Take a look at this.
This was a narrow escape. The close-in fielders thought that Ramesh had edged it.
In the air, but it's landed in an area where there is no fielder. Which of course is pretty handy when you play the ball in the air. I don't think he looked in control of that shot. Okay, that's a good shot because he's taken his initial movement forward. This is outstanding footwork. He's walked back very, very quickly. And that's another way of getting 4. This is a top shot. He's got him. Now, what was he doing here? He's just hit a lovely boundary, and all of a sudden he's found himself cramped for room, trying to hit over mid-wicket, and that is the end of a very good innings.
Yeah, it was a little up to him, and therefore turned out to be a bad shot in the end, but a good knock. 60 of just 119 balls. India lose their second wicket for 113.
Sachin Tendulkar has come out to the middle. And played away on the onside. That's beautifully timed, and the first boundary for Tendulkar.
Shabas, Glenn.
Oh, he's given him this time. Attempting the sweep. Saklan Mushtaq has dismissed him yet once again. Umpire Jayaprakash reckoning that would have hit leg stump. So big blow here for the Indians. Tendulkar on that occasion deceived on length, and the crowd here stunned into silence.
That was what you might call a 50-50 decision. Unfortunately for Sachin Tendulkar, it has gone against him. It's 122 for 3.
So Mohammad Azharuddin, the Indian captain, is out there in the middle. India have lost a big wicket, that of Tendulkar.
The interesting thing about this is to see exactly where Sacklin is releasing the ball from. He's reasonably wide on the return crease there. And then the ball is released heading towards the leg side. That's why Sachin decided that he wanted to sweep. It straightens, but I'm not too sure it has straightened enough. perhaps the leg stump, but you could never be absolutely sure that would have gone on and hit leg stump. Well, the umpire is sure that's the one that matters, and Satlin certainly is happy.
Should get a couple here. He'll get off the mark. So Cammy Smith, the match referee there with the third umpire. That's Mr. Sharma. This could be close. Did Waqar Yunus get any hand to it? By Buckner reckoning he did. Wry smile from him. Still letting Waqar know, well, good attempt.
I think what Steve Buckner is saying is that he was safely back. Definitely did touch the finger, and he certainly was back. Steve Buckner there saying, well, I don't think we needed the third umpire for that one.
That's a lovely shot. Waqar did manage to get the ball to swing in late, but it was pitched far too up. Boundary to end that over, 134 for 3. Seclain got 2 wickets after lunch. Has found the gap.
Well, Azhar has been looking to attack Seclain, who has not been successful, but this one was beautifully driven.
On the pads, Libya boundary. Good to not bowl to Mohammad Azharuddin on the pads without paying the price. You can't stop that. This was shorter, wider, and Mohammad Azharuddin says thank you very much.
This is not good stuff from Shahid Afridi. Brilliant stuff from Azharuddin. Played it late, but middled it nicely. Found the gap in the process.
With umpire Buckner, you can never be sure, because he's one of those umpires who gives a decision very, very late.
Absolutely right. But here it's decided that it was not out. Azharuddin was a long way forward. Didn't offer any shot, so that is why Mushtaq and company went up in the air.
Shot. And he's pulled it into the crowd to bring the session between lunch and tea to a close. What a magnificent way to bring the session to a close as far as India is concerned. And he's dropped it. Straight back at Mushtaq Ahmed, and such catches aren't often dropped.
Such catches should never be dropped on surfaces like this against batsmen of this caliber. There is nothing difficult about that return catch. Went straight back, didn't go back very hard. He got himself in position quite early, and yet it hit the dirt.
So the 50 partnership has come up between these two. Come in pretty good time.
Very ordinary bit of fielding there. Shahid Afridi able to do the backing up.
And that's beautifully played away in the gap. He picked the length up very early there, Rahul Dravid. That's his first boundary after tee.
Lots of time to play that shot. Bounce just high enough as well.
And that's pulled away. That'll be 4. So twice now Dravid has picked the length up very quickly. Once to Saqlain Mushtaq, this time to Mushtaq Ahmed.
That was a hopeful appeal more than a realistic one. Ball certainly drifting a long way down the leg side. The keeper Moin Khan heading in that direction as well.
Wrapped on the pads, that's gone. That's beautifully bowled by Saqlain Mushtaq. Rahul Dravid was playing back and he was caught plumb in front.
Absolutely no doubt about this one. Just when Rahul Dravid seemed to be gaining in confidence, just when he started to play a few more shots, this happened. Played back, and that was plumb in front, hitting him on the roll. He's right back on his stumps, both feet inside the crease, almost halfway back to the stumps. He's gone for 33. India 191 for 4.
So Saurav Ganguly, the left-hander from Calcutta, he comes out to the middle. And this is why.
Very good delivery again from Saqlain Mushtaq. Just that amount of turn to take it back onto the stumps. And this will show us exactly how far back he was. He went a fair way back. You can see there that he's halfway between the batting crease and the stumps.
Oh, that's beaten Moin. 4 byes signalled by the umpire. It's 195 for 4.
Saqlain Mushtaq wasn't quite on the stumps. Saurav Ganguly would have had his eyes on the fielder and the throw, so he wouldn't have seen where Saqlain was.
It was a fast throw and hit straight on the leg of Saqlain. This would have hurt him badly. Fell down for a second or so. Yes, Mushtaq will be trying to pitch the ball in that rough area. There, he'll be trying to get as much spin from this roughed up area as possible. Lure the left-hander to drive through the line. And that would be close.
This is top stuff. Didn't get the ball to turn too much, but he's planted a seed of doubt in Saurav Ganguly's mind whether to play for it or not. He normally wouldn't pad a leg spinner. A fine shot this from the Indian captain. Chase for Wasim Akram.
Yes, Azhar making some room for himself. And that's the 200 up for India.
That is typical Saurav Ganguly. Leaning into the drive on the offside, making it look ridiculously easy.
This is where Ganguly is so good at timing the ball, free flow of this bat, beautifully hit. So the fact that Fielders have come in to stop Azhar from taking that single.
Big shout. Azhar's a tall man. He was well forward. Was it the wrong one?
It didn't bounce too much, just kept low. Big stride forward again, Azhar. Umpire Steve Buckner suggesting that it was too ambiguous to be given out.
That will bring up Mohammad Azharuddin's half century.
Brilliant batting from Azharuddin. Good knock. Runs from 91 balls. Been aggressive in every direction. LBW asked again by Mushtaq. A wry smile on the face of Azhar.
Mohammad Azharuddin's got no runs at all behind the wickets on the offside. Got a lot square of the wicket here on the offside. Big shout again from Little Mushtaq. India 211 for 4.
This is the great quality of Saurav Ganguly. When he gets the opportunity, he seems so often to find the gap, especially through the offside.
Yeah, especially when he gets himself into good positions, like he's got himself here. Nice and across with the back foot. The head not falling away. On top of it. So often on this track you can make the mistake of trying to hit too hard, and then what happens is your head falls away. You don't get the timing right.
Once again, a general throwing up of arms in that close-in area.
Yes, clearly coming off the pad. Good stride forward by Mohammad Azharuddin, and he was struck outside the line.
That must have hurt. He's thrown it wide, trying to lure the batsman into playing an airy shot. That must have hurt.
He's a big man, but he must have felt the pinch here. This was well struck by Azharuddin. Got nicely low on it. Yes, it must be pretty sore. It's cold out here. Probably go and put some ice on it.
Oh dear. Luckily for Azharuddin, and he's casting a look back at Ganguly. And I think Ganguly did very well to avoid Azharuddin's eye over there. He sent him back just in time. I looked through those lenses all day, or so that have us believe. There they go again, full of concentration. 51 have come in this session from 20 overs. 2.5 runs and over. Are they going to get something interesting on this ball? I think they need a tape recorder more than a camera.
Well, we're going to see where that ball pitched. It may have just pitched outside the leg stump. And once it does that, there's no way you can be given out leg before wicket.
That's the second time he's done it in a couple of overs, but this time he's beaten him from around middle and off, which makes it a better ball.
Well, that's the line he should be looking to bowl. Middle and leg. He doesn't sweep too much, Ganguly. He's getting the ball to turn.
It's not just Ganguly, really. If you look down the Indian team, very, very few of the batsmen actually sweep. We saw Tendulkar play the paddle shot, which Azharuddin does sometimes. This is the appeal. Very few Indian batsmen actually play that sweep shot very often. Tell you what, that seemed like a high school party at one stage, but it didn't impress umpire Steve Bucknor, but that might have been close.
Very good shout here. We'll have to see where the ball has hit. It's hit the front leg or the back leg. No, it's hit the front leg. It's maybe just pitched outside the off stump. Spun a little bit too much.
What a good shot. That is a sensational shot because there was mid-off and he picked the gap so wonderfully.
Yeah, just watch here how close his foot is to the pitch of the ball. Right on top of it. It was tossed up a little higher by Saqlain. And Azharuddin put that away in style. Not a big gap between the bowler and mid-off. It's not an easy gap to penetrate, especially against an off-spinner.
Just 13 runs in the V.
Yes, this was a very lucky escape. So straight away after tee, bat phase, they're just closing in his hand. And Mushtaq was surprised. He put it down.
He's gone for the big hit. Couple of bounces and over the boundary ropes. So Ganguly did hit Saqlain Mushtaq for a couple of sixes in the Chennai test.
This was a beautiful hit. Came down the pitch. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Had the area in mind and just went through with the shot. This has been good bowling by Saqlain Mushtaq. It tied Sourav Ganguly down. First boundary of for 25 balls. That can just sum up how tight things have been out there.
Saqlain Mushtaq 3 for 86, Wasim Akram 1 for 20. These have been the wicket takers for Pakistan. But they've been well supported by Waqar, Mushtaq and Afridi. Mushtaq just a little bit unlucky. Had a catch missed off his bowling, that of Lakshman. Hasn't lost heart, he's kept going on.
This was fiercely hit all along the ground. Mushtaq had earlier missed a cotton bowled chance.
So in spite of not having a wicket against his name, Mushtaq knows he's bowled well. He's had a couple of chances missed. He's not been afraid to toss the ball. He's out. He's taken his time to give that decision.
There's two reasons that I think of that LBW. One, the ball kept low and Ganguly was playing across the line. There you see the bat coming over the front leg. Didn't bounce as well. It's gone for 13. India lose their fifth wicket, 231.
Nan Mongia coming in to replace Sourav Ganguly. Sourav Ganguly given out leg before by Steve Bucknor after a lot of thought. Look at that big stride. It's outside the line of the off stump. So I think Sourav Ganguly would have been okay till then because it's clearly going down outside the off stump. It didn't turn sharply. Then he tries to move his front foot just a little bit. Now he moves his foot. You see, he'll move it a little bit more. And now he gets in front of the stumps. Now that's what did him in. I think if he had stayed stuck, he might have got away with it. Attacking field for Nan Mongia. And he too has got off the mark with that nudge past square leg. The Pakistanis would want to restrict India to less than 275. And one way to put pressure is to try and block the singles. Should get a couple there. Mohammad Azharuddin, the ball turning a bit and keeping low.
This one again just going down the leg. This one off the pad.
Half volley, he's driven it through the covers. Bit of work there for Wakar Yunus, but he won't be able to stop it.
Yes, Azhar reading the straighter one quite nicely there.
What a beauty of a delivery. That spun and bounced, and the Indian captain, who's been batting so well, could do very little with it.
Yes, this was unplayable. Azhar was batting so well. Had everything under control until he got this delivery. He could do nothing about it. Bounced, spun, and was caught in the slips of his glove. A very good knock from Mohammad Azharuddin. India lose their 6th wicket for 240.
Anil Kumble has come in at the fall of the wicket of the Indian captain Mohammad Azharuddin. This was again excellent bowling by Saqlain Mushtaq, drawing Anil Kumble into playing the drive, went to Ijaz's right hand.
Yes, again, Anil Kumble not reading Saqlain one.
In the air and taken. No doubt about that. Came right off the bat. Umpire Jayaprakash lifted his finger. And Saqlain Mushtaq's very, very good spell continues.
Saqlain Mushtaq strikes again. Has been bowling almost the entire day and has bothered the batsmen throughout. An excellent delivery again. A bit of bounce, a bit of turn, and the forward short leg comes into play. It's 243 for 7.
So the Indians in a spot of bother here as Srinath comes out to the middle. Didn't carry.
Excellent delivery from Mushtaq Ahmed. Bit of bounce and also some turn, but not the pace that he would like. That ball hitting the edge of the bat and not enough pace to take it into the slip cordon. Slow pitch. There certainly seems to be quite a lot of bat in that. Bat was actually hitting the leg and the ball hitting the leg, not ball hitting bat.
We look for 2 here. Mushtaq again inviting the batsman to drive. Was uppish, but a little wide of that man at short extra cover. But he's a different bowler since he's taken his first wicket, that of Ganguly. 2 balls remaining in this, the first day's play, in the second test match. Wrapped on the pads, a finger went up. Srinath was showing his bat, but umpire Jayaprakash knew what he was doing. Again beaten in flight, got stranded in the crease.
Well, just when I was saying he was desperately trying to come forward to all the deliveries, he played back. always dangerous playing back against this man. And we can see why, pitching outside off, coming back quite sharply and plumb in front. Javagal Srinath was quick to point the bat in the air, but I'm not too sure if he was swatting at something by his head. Ball certainly didn't touch it. Gone for naught. And apparently that's the end of the day's play, Ravi.
Yes, another terrific day for Pakistan. Good fight back. India would be very disappointed at losing the toss. But this man, another 5-wicket haul. He's having a ball out here in India. 5 wickets in the first inning, Chennai 5 in the second. And now he's got 15 wickets in this series.
So a flurry of wickets at the end meant India finished 247 for 8 with really Nayan Mongia on 9.